Hi, I'm Dr. Messina. This is going to be an update of my original Neatcell laser pen video. But first, if you do like this, help me out. Click subscribe, hit the bell to be alerted to future videos. Last year, a patient presented with a Neatcell pen that he bought off Amazon, and he asked, would I laser another one of his tattoos off, using that instead of my usual equipment? Unfortunately, I couldn't. The reason why is, as a physician, I'm not allowed to use non-FDA approved equipment to give a person a medical treatment. However, he was going to go home and try it on his own. Unfortunately, he was lost to follow-up, and it happens sometimes. A patient doesn't come back, they don't call back, the phone has been disconnected, and you never know exactly what happened. But in any event, you people asked me a lot of questions, and I'm going to answer them now. First, do I think it would take a tattoo completely off? The answer to that was possibly if it was a lightly shaded black ink tattoo. The reason I say that is the Neatcell never gave any inkling as to what the wavelength was, and the wavelength is going to determine what colors come out. So since black absorbs everything, we could safely say that it's going to take off a black ink, or at least fade it. Can't say what it'll do for reds, blues, and greens though. Now, do I think it will take a solid tattoo off? I doubt it. It might lighten it up a little bit, but when a tattoo becomes extremely faded, you need a tremendous amount of laser energy. I don't think the little pen is going to come up with the energy that this fella has. This is my ruby laser that I use for blue and green inks. Do I think the Neatcell is safe? Well, it's going to depend on the operator. It is a laser, and if pointed directly in the eye, I could pretty much guarantee it'll cause retinal trauma and maybe even blindness. So if you're doing it without the goggles or doing it recklessly, it's not safe. Is it safe on the skin? Well, following the directions supplied in the box, it would be safer on the skin than if you didn't. In other words, if it says treat once every 6 weeks, then treat once every 6 weeks. The problem is human nature, as if I'll treat it once every 6 weeks, oh, it's looking good, I'm going to do it every 3 weeks, I'll do it every 2 weeks, hey, I'll do it every other day. Then it becomes unsafe. One thing I can say is when you use it, use those laser goggles all the time. Nobody in my practice goes without goggles. If you come in with 2 friends, everyone's wearing goggles. It's a must when firing a laser. Do I think it could remove sunspots? Yes. If you had facial lentigines or lentigines on the back of the hand, I do think it could remove them because those are a pigment different than tattoo ink. So I think that it can indeed take off solar lentigines. Do I think you should do it? Not really. Well, I can't recommend it. I don't recommend anybody doing any type of medical procedure on themselves. Now, if you're going to buy this laser pen and use it, then please, please, please wear the goggles at all times. And if someone else is in the room with you, they have to wear them too. Because I do think a laser hit right to the retina could cause blindness. At the minimum, it'll traumatize your retina. So a direct hit, even though it's probably a low energy device, could still traumatize your retina. Do I think it could take off solar lentigines, little sunspots? I think it can, because that's a natural pigment. It's a melanin, and it breaks down much easier than tattoo ink. So I do think it can be used for that. But I don't recommend it. The reason why is any time a physician is seeing a skin lesion, they're thinking, can it be a malignancy? Can it be a melanoma? Can it be a squamous cell? Can it be a basal cell? And they can send it for biopsy. I do that all the time. Somebody comes in with what they think is a solar lentigy, we get a biopsy on it, and it turns out to be a carcinoma. That's what I don't like, because you might be lasering off things that aren't these benign little lesions. So that covered the most common questions. Do I think it could take a tattoo off? Do I think it'll take solar linkages off? Do I think it's safe? Well, whatever you do, just be careful. Make sure you wear your goggles. Take care and have a good day.